You should call me the bell.
Hey everybody, this is one of my first videos ever, and I was gonna upload a lot more videos covering different things, but the main focus of this channel I want to be is rider safety and general knowledge and probably a lot of my opinions. So that's what we'll get. And right now we're going somewhere. I have a place to be and it's nighttime, and I figured I'd start from the basics and build up as I build my channel up. And first basic, I guess, would just be habits of a experienced rider as I ride. So first lesson that not many people know, I guess, is if you come to a light and it refuses to change for you, as I know this one refuses, you can put down your kickstand and have it touch the ground for just a little while. It works, but you're gonna have to wait a full light sequence if you were late like I was. But next one, I guarantee it'll turn in my favor and I'll be able to go, whereas every time I come to this light and I don't put it down, I am unable to go. So that's one good thing. And then one thing you want to do is when traffic stops and you can tell the light's about to turn, put your kickstand up and then switch from neutral, or you might stall your bike depending on what kind of bike you have. How do you tell when it's gonna stop? Well, just pay attention. Now it's gonna stop. So you put it up, put it into first and get ready to move. Always watch your mirrors all the time. Looks like I read the signals wrong. Still, whatever. Now if there's a car behind me, I know it's guaranteed to change. Just believe me, go out and try it. If you get stuck at a light you know of and you have to go a different route, or you always get stuck, go try it, put your kickstand down and see what happens. It'll work, trust me. That sounds like crappy throttle control, but meh, whatever. This bike is so big, it's hard at low speed. Not the turn, but the gearing and the power. I live in California where lane splitting is legal, so yeah, I can make motorcycling more dangerous for myself. You can't ever ride with your visor open in California. Jeez, so much pollution and stuff in the air. Lane splitting is really quite easy, but at the same time it's not, and you got to be pretty experienced to do it. I wouldn't recommend it at all for newbies, of course, obviously. I don't think newbies recommend it for themselves either half the time. I like to take every corner like I'm actually cornering. That way it is, you know, they say practice how you want to play, right? That's how champions act. They practice the way they want to play. So there you go. Do the same thing as a champion. Do everything the way you'd want to do it if your life depended on it, because I've been in the canyons riding around and suddenly all the stuff I've been practicing, it all comes into effect, and I have to do it right or die, you know, crash into something, go wide and run double yellow, go off the mountain or something, you know. And luckily, because I practiced like I want to play, I was able to do the right thing at the right time and I survived harmlessly. And that happens not very often because I ride within my limits, but sometimes you get surprised, you know. You never know. But you can't always know, but sometimes that's no fun, right? Yeah, we're just riding around now. I prefer to take back roads compared to that shit. That's actually some pretty dangerous traffic because it's slow. So people are going to be jetting across and stuff to get off. But it's also, you know, big enough gaps. People think they can go faster. I I like this corner up here. It says 15 miles per hour, and it's pretty true. You can never take 50 mile per hour corners faster than 35, but I guess that's pretty darn good, right? That's the power of a bike, being able to do those kinds of things. There's no reason to go any faster than that. I know I ran the stoplight, but more important is violating the law was more important at that time than was obeying it for one person that was gonna witness. I thought that car was gonna cut across. I don't know why I pulled into here. Alright, we gotta go get gas. That's the plan. That was why I came over here. I guess I was rambling and not listening, and to come to a stop slowly, use the rear brake with your foot. To move around slowly, feather the clutch, find that friction zone and just play around with it. I guess these aren't really newbie tips anymore. I'm going to do newbie tips that you don't commonly hear people say. I'm not going to cover this shit that everyone always says over and over again. Go practice in a parking lot. Sometimes you don't have the time to dick around and do nothing. It gets boring so fast. I'm not that kind of learner. When I started out new, I started out in the streets in my backyard. Hold on, it's not gonna jet out. I started out, and that was a total U-turn. Started out in the streets of behind my house that I was living at the time. This fucking guy. And once I crashed. Well, I taught myself how to ride, or just learned on my own on a 750 Suzuki Katana. 1994, so yeah, you know, that always goes only so well. Had a lot of bad habits that I was able to ride through, but the learning process was kind of rough. Definitely ate some shit. Probably crashed like 6 times, nothing bad though. I at least always wore a helmet. ATGAT! Even back before I knew what ATGAT was. Fuck, gas here is expensive. But only the best for my baby. How do you complain about gas prices when you gotta buy 3 gallons of it? Okay, this is really happening to me. The world just wants me to act like I'm that kind of douche that parades around with their things. Why the fuck would you close it off like that? I know what I'll do. First I'll show off my sick feather the clutch skills, which are terrible right now. I'm off today. I've been sleeping all day. Good. Yeah. If you're overly cautious, then you shouldn't even ride unless you're in a good state of mind, but I always snap out of it. I'm okay. I just go make sure my pace matches my abilities at the moment. I like to glance in my left mirror as I turn to make sure nothing's coming up behind me fast, because if it is, I can always pick up the pace. I hate people. Let's go someplace without people. Where's no people? She's not pretty enough for my bike. This seems like a good spot. Oh my gosh, my jacket wasn't even zipped up. Freeze out. You are a miracle worker. Easiest gas cap I've ever had the pleasure of dealing with. Always watch your mirrors. Always watch. I shouldn't even have one hand off. I always stay in gear with the clutch and foot on the brake, ready to ease off the brake and ease up the clutch, and at least get myself putt-putting out of the way. As you can see, you know, I wasn't steady, but whatever. This guy, he's stopped in good time. At least now cars probably see me, but I just keep watching. I mean, what else am I gonna watch? Look it up? Look it up at what? Then the light's going to turn green. I'm going to make sure no one runs it as I slowly go through, and then I've got to make a U-turn. It looks like no one will be around to run it. Perfect. I don't know what that sound is. I can feel it vibrating my handlebars though. It's weird. That was a better U-turn, yeah. At least that one was tighter. And then if you're going to lane split and you're going up to a light and this car's coming behind you, I like to just hug the middle more than actually cross over. At least until people see what I'm actually doing. This guy's hauling ass. People just speed everywhere as fast as they want. It's crazy in my eyes. I mean, I do the same thing, but I'm on a motorcycle. What are these cars thinking? They just get away with it? Here's California, I guess. In other states, you can get away with it like you can here. This guy's hauling ass. He's going 60 on the road. This is his highway. Hopefully, he takes the same path as me and we go twisters. The city twists. Yeah. I don't like to wait. That was kind of slow. I didn't like that, but whatever. I bet it looked shitty from behind too. Oh well, I ride for myself, right? Always practicing. At least that's what I justify it as. But safely. That's not safe. That's dangerous as fuck. That's more crazy than riding a bike. Man, I bit my mouth and now it's bleeding. Well, we're here. See you later.
Yeah.